And our subject is the fundamentals of accountancy, business, and management too. All right. So today we will be discussing about the statement of changes in equity. So among all of the financial statements, guys, ito yung pinakamadali. Kasi ito yung pinakamadaling tandaan, ito ang pinakamadaling i-prepare. So later we will see why did I say na ito ang pinakamadaling statement. So before we proceed, let's have our specific learning outcomes or the specific objective or the things that we need to meet at the end of this lesson. So basically at the end of the lesson, you will be able to reflect on the importance of preparing the statement of changes in equity, reflect on the differences among a single sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation, reflect on the use of capitals and drawings accounts. Now, before we proceed to the lesson proper, so let's have first a terms to review. So as you can see here, we have revenues, expenses, income, asset, and liabilities. So we need to determine to what statement are we able to find these following examples here. Isn't we already discussed the statement of financial position and the statement of comprehensive income last week. So based on those two statements that we have discussed already, so where can we find revenues? Is it on the statement of comprehensive income or the statement of financial position? You can type in your answer. You can put SFP or SCI. Ay, walang sumasagot. Statement of financial position, may sumagot. Okay, so again, ano daw yung tanong? So my question here is, here are some examples of the terms that we need to review for today. Now, sa mga examples na to, kindly determine where can we find, or to what statement are we able to find these examples? So let's start with revenues. Are we able to find revenues sa statement of financial position or statement of comprehensive income? Isn't it last week we have discussed statement of financial position and statement of comprehensive income? SCI, comprehensive income. All right, so yes, actually you are correct. So revenues can be found under statement of comprehensive income. And examples of revenues are service income and sales. So we use service income if the business is a service type of business, and we use sales if the business is a merchandising type of business shop. And how about expenses? Is it comprehensive income or financial position? Expenses, comprehensive income, SCI. All right, so again, you are all correct. I mean, sa mga sumagot, you are all correct. So basically, it is under comprehensive income pa rin siya. Kasi ang nilalaman lang naman ng ating comprehensive income is the revenues less expenses for a service type of business. And then gross profit less expenses naman sa ating merchandising business. So examples are salaries expense and depreciation expense. So these are just examples. Now, how about the income? Or tinatawag nating net income. Is it comprehensive income or statement of financial position? Of course, napaka obvious naman ng sagot. It is under comprehensive income. So our income should be computed as revenues less expenses, and it can be found at the bottom of each comprehensive income. So basically, ito kasi ang kinocompute natin whenever we are preparing a comprehensive income. So si net income ang hinahanap natin. And then asset, SFP or comprehensive income. All right. So yes, correct. So it is under financial position sila. Kasi meron tayong accounting equation na asset is equals to liabilities plus owner's equity. So basically, liabilities is also found under statement of financial position. And here are some examples. So for asset, we have, of course, cash, accounts receivable, inventories, prepaid expenses, property, plant, and equipment. And then sa liabilities, we have accounts payable, unearned income, long-term debt, or ang ating mga non-current liabilities. So these are just some terms to review. So marami pa yan, marami pa tayong makikita under comprehensive income as well as statement of financial position. But this time, let's talk about the statement of changes in equity. So statement of changes in equity, all changes, whether increases or decreases to the owner's interest in the company during the period are reported here. So this statement is prepared prior to the preparation of statement of financial position to be able to obtain the balance or the ending balance of the equity to be used in the SPF. So basically, guys, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-prepare ng statement of financial position unless the statement of changes in equity is prepared. So basically, kung ano man ang balance na mako-compute natin sa statement of changes in equity at the end, it will be forwarded sa ating statement of financial position. So basically, kinukuha natin dito is yung capital balance natin or yung investment natin. So isn't it sa accounting equation natin meron tayong asset is equals to liabilities plus owner's equity. So si owner's equity ang kino-compute natin dito. So hindi natin mape-prepare si financial position kung hindi na-compute ang ating owner's equity or the equity. And of course, hindi din natin mape-prepare si statement of changes in equity kung hindi tayo magpe-prepare ng statement of comprehensive income. So later on, you will know why hindi natin pwedeng i-prepare si changes in equity kung wala tayong comprehensive income. So among all the statement, guys, ang pinaka-inuuna natin ginagawa is the statement of comprehensive income. And then the statement of changes in equity. And then meron pang isang statement bago si statement of financial position. So kumbaga, pinakahuli natin ginagawa sa statement of financial position. Alright, so types of business organization. Any idea what are the types of business organization? Ano kaya ang mga business organizations na meron tayo? Service, partnership, okay, corporation, okay, corporation, sole proprietorship. So kinumpleto na siya. So sa mga sumagot ng sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation, yes, you are all correct. So the first business organization that we have is the sole or single proprietorship. So an entity whose asset, liabilities, income, and expenses are centered or owned by only one person. So basically, this is applicable for a service type of business who owned the business, of course, and it is only managed by one person, which is the owner of the business. Pero syempre, pwede naman siyang mag-hire ng mga employees niya, but the center of all the income and expenses will be catered by the owner. Kaya single proprietorship. And then we have partnership, an entities whose asset, liabilities, income, and expenses are centered by two or more partners. So dito naman, marami na sila. And then kapag corporation, an entities whose asset, liabilities, income, and expenses are centered or owned by itself being a legally separate entity from its owner. So owners are called shareholders or stockholders of the company. So normally for a corporation, guys, meron tayong 5 or more owners. So depende pa rin yan if they will decide to make the company as a corporation or kung i-register na nila as a corporation. Now, let's say for, I have a question. So if sa isang business, meron na tayong 5 person na nagmamanage, is it already considered as a corporation? Yes or no? So again, if sa isang business, it is managed by 5 person, is it already considered as a corporation? May sumagot dito, no. No. May sumagot na yes. May sumagot na no. Yes. All right. Sa lahat ng mga sumagot na yes, why? Bakit kaya? So tatawag ako. Yes, Criseline, KZ, why? Yes. You can unmute. Kasi sinabi ko ang corporation, minamanage siya ng 5 person, ganon. Kaya yes siya. Alright, so the answer here, guys, is no. So if that business is managed by a 5 person, it's still considered as a partnership. So again, corporation, it is in their decision if they wanted to make it as a corporation. Hanggat wala pang pag-uusap na gusto na nilang maging corporation, they will still remain as partnership, guys. So kahit inahandle niya ng 5, 6, 7 person, if walang legal entity na nangyari na gusto na nilang maging corporation, hindi pa rin siya considered as a corporation. Okay? So again, kung walang pag-uusap na gusto na nila maging corporation, so it's still gonna be under partnership pa rin siya. So ganun siya. Okay? Nakuha ba natin yung part na yon? Alright, so let's move to, so this is the example, or this is an example of statement of changes in equity. So for all of the statement natin, guys, when we are preparing financial statements, so we should always remember the following, like the headers. So of course, it is important na mga statement natin meron silang headers. So the headers should consist the name of the company, the name of the statement. If it is a statement of changes in equity, put this name. And then if it is a financial position, put the statement of financial position. If it is a statement of comprehensive income, put statement of comprehensive income. So lagi silang meron ganito. And lagi silang for the year ended or for the month ended, depending on the accounting cycle that you will do. So if the accounting cycle that you have is on a monthly basis, so it should be for the month ended. And if it is for the year basis like this one, it's for the year ended siya. Now, as you can see, meron tayong sa statement of changes in equity, these are the following content niya. So ito lang naman ang format niya. Of course, we have the capital balance. So the capital balance natin, January 1. So meaning this is the beginning balance. So this will be your initial investment. So kapag nag-start ka ng company and then you have invested the first time, so ito ang magiging initial investment mo. And then meron tayong net income. So assuming, kasi dito meron na siyang net income kaagad. So meaning, itong business na to is nag-operate na siya last year. Kasi meron na siyang net income which is the 50,000. And then additional investment na 25. And then withdrawals. And then capital ending. So ang pinaka-kinocompute natin dito, yung capital natin ng ending capital for the year end na capital, kasi ito ang i-forward natin sa statement of financial position. So itong amount na to mag-appear siya sa statement of financial position. So again, meron tayong beginning capital, which is the initial investment, the net income. So this will be the reason why we need to prepare first our statement of comprehensive income, kasi it will be forwarded sa ating statement of changes in equity. And that's going to be also the reason why nominal accounts or our temporary account needs to be closed, kasi ang mga balances nila, it will be just forwarded sa ating statement of changes in equity. Okay? So again, una nating ipe-prepare sa statement of comprehensive income before we can prepare a statement of changes in equity. So ito ang format ng ating statement of changes in equity. Again, we have the beginning balance, net income, if the owner invested again, so we have additional investment, and then the withdrawals, kung si owner is nag-withdraw siya ng pera niya dun sa in-invest niya, so kailangan natin i-deduct yun or kailangan natin i-less yun. And then we have the ending capital, and this will be the amount that will be forwarded on the financial position. Now, let's say for example, tapos na ang year 2016, magpe-prepare na tayo ng 2017 na statement natin. So ano kaya ang magiging amount ng capital natin for the beginning of the year? Anyone? Siyempre, nakapag-prepare na tayo ng statement natin ng 2016. 2017 na tayo. We need to prepare our 2017 statement na. Ano kaya ang magiging amount ng beginning capital natin? Anyone? Or no one? Alright. So may sumasagot din dito na 145,000. So yes, you are correct. So it's 145,000. So whatever our ending balance sa year na to, it will be the beginning balance for the next accounting cycle. So kung anong na-compute natin na ending balance natin, it will be forwarded as the beginning of next year. So sa mga sumagot ng 145,000, very good. Now, ito yung content nga niya na discuss ko na dito. So, meron tayong initial investment, the very first investment of the owner. Additional investment if they wanted to increase their owner's equity, so they need to invest again. Withdrawals naman, ito kapag mag-withdraw sila ng amount of money, so in-invest nila. And distribution of income. So, this distribution of income, guys, will only be seen sa ating corporation. If the company is a corporation, so distribution of income ang gagamitin natin instead of withdrawals. So, you won't see withdrawals sa corporation, but you will see distribution of income. And then later, I will show you how we are presenting a statement of changes in equity for partnership and corporation. That is only for reference, guys. Now, hindi naman natin siya ita-tackle very deep, pero for ano lang naman, for me to show how they prepare it. Kasi since si book naman is nagfo-focus lang naman siya for a service type or single proprietorship. Pero I just wanted to show you how they prepare for a partnership and corporation. So this is for the sole proprietorship. Napakasimple lang niya. Yun nga, meron tayong heading, meron tayong mga increase to equity, which is the net income and the investment. And then meron tayong withdrawals, which is it will decrease our equity account. So ito ang kanyang content. And then ganito naman kapag partnership, guys. Kapag partnership, magkahiwalay ang owners natin. So, magkahiwalay ang kanilang mga, sir, magko-columnar din po ba para din mag-practice. So, if possible, why not? Gagawin natin yan kung posible lang naman. So, maybe I will be using Excel for that, if ever. So, anyway, since we are still on this topic, I believe sa next sem ang mga columnar pads na to. So, we'll discuss that next sem siguro. Okay? So, let's focus muna sa mga financial statements natin. So, for statement of changes in equity, guys, for partners, magkahiwalay ang kanilang investment. So si partner A and partner B. So sa capital natin, magkahiwalay ang kanilang investment. Sa net income, magkahiwalay din. Additional investment, magkahiwalay. Withdrawals, and then the capital at the end. And then kapag i-forward to sa statement of financial position, magkahiwalay din ang capital ni A kay B. So sa owner's equity nun, capital equity of partner A, equity of partner B. Ganun siya lilitaw kapag na-forward siya sa statement of financial position. So these are just example of for partnership, guys. Pero hindi naman talaga natin siya i-tackle for these lessons. So we are only focusing sa ating sole proprietor. So ito yung kanyang content na discuss ko na dito. And then this will be for corporation. So sa corporation, meron tayong capital, then the shares issuance, which will be the additional investment, and then the net income, and then distribution of income, which will be the withdrawals, considered as withdrawals kapag sole proprietor tayo. So ganun din siya. So napakadali lang ng ating statement of changes in equity. So corporation dapat to, hindi siya partners. So anyway, we will be only focusing sa ating sole proprietor. Okay. So before we proceed sa ating mga exercises, so I wanted you to internalize this one. So later we will move sa mga exercises natin. By the way, meron din tendency na si company nagkakaroon siya ng net loss. Kapag net loss siya, under dito na siya, kasama na siya ng withdrawals, okay? Kapag si company is kapag incur siya ng net loss, under siya kay withdrawals. Kumbaga, withdrawals and then net loss, wala na siya dito. So si additional investment na lang ang makikita natin dito kapag net loss. So i-deduct natin yon sa ating owner's equity. Okay? So now please understand this one or internalize this one, and then we will move sa ating mga exercises after. So ganito lang naman siya lagi. Kapag nagpe-prepare tayo ng statement of changes in equity, ganito lang naman siya lagi. Meron tayong beginning capital, net income or net loss if ever, additional investment, withdrawals, and ending capital. So ang ending capital naman ang pinaka-importante dito, which will move sa ating financial statement. Okay, so I hope you're ready for the exercises. Let's have them. So mga first exercises natin are questions lang naman sila. So question number 1, sabi niya, which form of business organization put the least risk on its owner? So lesser risk daw kapag ganitong business organization ang ginawa mo. Is it partnership, corporation, or sole proprietorship? Partnership, sole proprietor. Alright, so walang nakakuha ng sagot. The answer is corporation, guys. Kasi shareholders na kayo dito eh. So napaka-least lang ng risk na malugi ni company. Okay, so next is which form of business organization is owned by only one person? Okay, may mga sumagot na sole proprietor, sole. So yes, napaka-obvious naman ang answer. One person lang ang sinabi. It's gonna be single or sole proprietorship. Next, increases in owner's equity without additional investment. So sa owner's equity natin, ano pa yung nag-i-increase sa owner's equity natin aside from additional investment? Di ba dalawa yan? Ito ang kailangan muna natin i-prepare bago sa statement of changes in equity. Kailangan muna natin makuha ang ating, sabi niya, increases in owner's equity without additional investment. Or aside from additional investment, ano pa daw ang pwede makapag-increase sa ating owner's equity? Okay, so may sumagot dito, net income. All right. So meron nakakuha, net income ang sagot. Thank you, Cristal. All right, so yes. So lahat naman sumagot ng net income, very good. And then we have here, decreases to owner's equity naman daw apart from net effect of revenues and expenses. So aside from net loss daw, ano pa daw nakakapag-decrease ng ating owner's equity? Okay, may sumagot ng withdrawals. All right, so Cristel, you are correct again. So the answer is withdrawals, or if it is a corporation, it is the distribution of income. Okay? Pero withdrawals will be the perfect answer since we are only talking about sole proprietorship. Okay, so let's have a word problem here. So beginning owner's equity amounted to 300,000. Net loss for the year totaled to 45,000. No additional investment daw and withdrawals for the period. So compute for the total's equity for the year. So kindly go back to the statement kung ano ba mga content ng statement natin, and then you will be able to solve this one. So ang binigay niyo dito, instead of net income, it is net loss. So how much will be our ending owner's equity? So there are only two givens, which is the beginning owner's equity, or yes, or the January 1 owner's equity, and then net loss. So hindi net income ang ginamit niya, net loss. So how much will be our equity for the year? 255 ang mga sagot nila. So yes, you are correct. So it's 245 kasi net loss ang ginamit niya, hindi net income. Kung net income to, it will be added. Pero net loss siya, so it will be deducted. So our ending owner's equity will be 255,000. All right. So very good for those who answered 255. Next, ending owner's equity amounted to 70,000. So dito given na yung ending natin. And then additional investment during the year is 30,000. Withdrawals total to 50,000. So compute for the company's net income for the year assuming beginning is 10,000. So dito given ng ating owner's equity ending So kumbaga kapag i-perform mo siya, ganito siya. Meron nawawala dito which is yung hinahanap niya ang hinahanap niya. So nawawala si net income. So magkano kaya? So dapat ang kukumpute mo dito, magtototal siya sa 70,000 which is the ending. So kapag gumagawa kayo ng kapag nagko-compute kayo guys, so lagi nating tinatandaan yung format and then parang fini-fill up natin siya. So for example, for this one, given na si ending owner's equity, so ilalagay natin siya sa ending. Given na si investment, lagyan natin siya sa investment. Given na si withdrawals, eto na si withdrawals, and then given na si beginning equity, ayun siya. So ang nawawala is si net income. So yun lang ang hahanapin natin. So paano kaya natin siya i-compute? So how much would it be? $90,000 ba siya? 20. Ba? So the answer will be 80,000, guys. Sa titingnan mo lang naman yun eh. So, tingnan mo muna dito. 50,000 and then 30 at saka 10 ang given, di ba? So, 30 plus 10 is 40. Tapos, negative 50, meron tayong negative 10. So, hinahanap natin, dapat mag-equal siya sa 70,000. So, how much will it be para maging 70,000 siya? So, it will be 80,000 ang sagot. Kasi, meron tayong negative 10 na balance. So, i-deduct lang natin dito sa net income natin. That will be 70,000. So, again, how to compute? So, 30 plus 10, that's 40. And then, meron tayong 50,000 na withdrawals. So, kapag pinag-add mo sila, meron tayong negative 10. Ang kailangan natin makuha is 70,000 na ending balance. So, the answer will be 80,000 kasi ang negative 10, i-minus natin sa 80, it will be 70,000. So again, kapag nagko-compute tayo ng ganito, you should know the format of the statement and then i-supplement mo lang lahat ng mga infos na given and then hanapin mo lang yung nawawala. Ganun lang kadaling mag-compute kay statement of changes in equity. So again, sabi ko nga ito ang pinakamadaling statement natin kasi iisa lang naman yung format niya. Yun lang naman na lagi natin tinatandaan. So last one, we have this example. So kindly compute for this one. Wait lang. So I just wanted to correct this one. It should be 30,000. Okay, so please compute for this one. How much would it be? $475. Sabi ni Cristel. 475. Meron din sumagot ng ibang 475. Alright. Okay, so you are all correct. So 475 ang sagot natin kasi lagi lang natin tatandaan ng format na to. So again, the capital, beginning, and then additional investment. So dahil net loss siya, kasama na siya ni withdrawals. Then i-deduct lang natin siya. So total ng ating withdrawals and net loss will be 75. So 550 less 75 is 475. Alright. So again, ganun lang kadaling mag-compute ng mag-prepare ng statement of changes in equity as long as you know the format of it. So ito lang ang pinaka-tinatandaan nating format lagi. Okay? So now before we end our lesson, so do you have other question? So admit it na ito ang pinakamadaling statement na kailangan natin i-prepare. Correct? So do you have any other question before we end our session for today?